When everyone asks me where I was from when we were back growing up, I'm like, way out, like you wouldn't know. And yeah, so we wrote this song called Way Out Boys.
We were the way out boys, always the talk of this town. Red letter believers, mapped out dreamers, leaving
All right, you're good.
Ready?
Yes.
Jumping in the background.
We recording?
Yeah.
I'm Kristi Garabrandt. Sitting here with me is somebody who I'm very proud to call my friend, singer-songwriter, talented artist all the way around, Mr. Ryan Robinette.
Thank you very much.
It's been a year since Tailgate Downtown came out.
Yes, we filmed it right here. Well, yeah, we'll cut some stuff in from there.
Yeah, this is trial, so we can do it again later. So where is here?
Pleasant City, Ohio. Technically, I say Guernsey County, but everyone wants to say that's Noble County.
Tailgate Downtown was a very important song for you. Why?
First off, just the fact that I wrote it about here, home, and using like very specific things like the exit that you always said. Yeah.
Oh yes, the exit.
Yeah, exit 37, right off the interstate. Yeah, like to me, the coolest part about like doing what I do is being able to incorporate stuff from home and stuff that when I think about writing songs and I picture stuff and I go into my imagination, this is what I know, and that's what I pull up in my head when I'm trying to visualize how to write something and create that imagery. So it's very easy to use hometown stuff for that.
Well, we can't leave everybody hanging on the comment about the exit, so I guess we probably need to explain that one slightly.
Yeah, so exit 37 is right off of 77 South in Ohio, and it's Pleasant City, Senecaville exit. I grew up in Senecaville, a town of 200 people, and yeah, it was the exit that anytime coming home, that's the one I took to get home, and it was just very important to me. And again, everything off of that are just state routes. They don't have names, it's numbered.
And thanks to you and that song, it's also the exit where every time I see it, I get a song stuck in my head and have to start screaming at Alexa to play Tailgate Downtown.
Yeah, and it's really cool. The whole story behind that was actually Caleb. We came out here to shoot the photo for the cover, and he was like, we're going to try to film Tailgate Downtown music video. And Brad's like, oddly enough, October 4th is like that weekend that I'm having Tent City, where he has this. People come out, bring campers, everything. It's just a big camp out and party. And it just lined up perfectly, and Brad Bennett was gracious enough to let us come out here and do it, and hosted us very well, and it was just a really fun time.
And that song was a big song for you. It got a lot of streams.
It's still moving. It's close to 1 million on Spotify without being playlisted or anything. That's all organic. And the YouTube video is almost at 300,000. Still moving about 1,000 a day. So yeah.
And you can blame me for on Amazon Prime Music.
They pay the best. So sorry, Smart.
So, in addition to Tailgate Downtown, which is, like we just said, has been a really huge song for you, you've had a very busy year. After Tailgate Downtown, you followed that up with another song near and dear to you about where you grew up.
Yeah, Way Out Boys. And that was something that, like, growing up, I would always say, people would ask where I'm from. And it would always be like, way out. Like, you wouldn't know where it was at, literally. So Cambridge would be the closest thing that people would maybe know, and even half the people didn't know that. So yeah, it was just a very nostalgic song about growing up out here in the middle of this. Yeah.
So you've had not just 2 songs in the past year. You helped a friend of yours write another one that you both recorded.
Yeah, Comes in Waves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Adam Calvert, Comes in Waves. We were writing it for him, And he actually asked me to put it on my summer album too, and I was like, why not? Yeah, I already had what I thought was my summer album, and I co-produced that with Justin Wentz, and yeah, I loved the song. It felt like me anyways, and put it out. It's actually done better for Adam than it has on my album, so yeah.
So in addition to 3 songs, plus your Hello Summer 4,
Yep.
you've put out a lot of new music this year.
Yeah, so that, and then Drunk My Drink with Casey Allen and Rick Farrell. That was in July. Anytime you put out an album, you don't plan on putting out much more after that for the next 6 months or so. It's so much work to promote it and so much money to record it in the first place. And Rick was just so adamant about me being on it with Casey, all of us from 740 area code in Ohio. And yeah, it was just cool. It made sense. And I was like, I kind of pushed back at first because I was still promoting. I mean, it was only a month out from my summer album, so yeah. And he was so adamant about it. I was like, let's do it. Why not? And it's been a big success too. Such a fun song. Rick crushed it. I didn't even write that one.
That had like what, 60,000 streams within the first week?
Yes. Yeah. I think we're close to 200,000 already. Yeah.
And it's
In
only
about
been
2.5 months, 2 months. With no playlisting, that's all completely organic.
out. Let's talk about your biggest accomplishment for the year. What's been a dream of yours for quite some time, you saw come to fruition during the Guernsey County Fair.
Yeah, just Kid from Ohio Music Fest. That's something that I kind of dreamed about since I was young. Being able to create my own festival and spotlight local talent, but also bring music to an area that doesn't really have live music venues. It doesn't have live music in general. I mean, it's just in bars randomly. So the bigger vision was not just the festival, it was the Big Brothers Big Sisters program for the area. Again, arts are not really celebrated in rural areas. It's blue collar stuff and sports. So growing up, I played sports, did all that, but music was really my passion in creating and just arts in general. And I knew that I was able to find a way to get into the arts without it being popular in the area. But a lot of kids don't have the same mindset and stuff, and they need some sort of drive. My dad was very big in keeping me into all music and making that something that was at the forefront for me. And a lot of kids who are artistic and stuff don't have parents who are artistic. I was very blessed to have that. So the bigger vision is to create music camps in the area, give kids a place to artistically express themselves and fall in love with music more.
It is quite humbling of you to, with your talent, refer to yourself as just a kid from Ohio. Where does that come from?
Man, honestly, I would say the biggest thing that's always humbled me was my brother. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, my older brother Keith is paralyzed from the waist down, spina bifida, and just seeing the struggles and stuff he went through has always kept me humble. It's never let me get too big of a head. And I just love people, and I think there's nothing more humbling than calling yourself a kid. I mean, it's, to me, one of the most vulnerable things you can be. So
your music fest gave the opportunity to 11 other individuals, all from Ohio, to showcase their talent.
yeah, actually maybe more by the end of it, yeah. Taylor Henson wasn't really on the bill, and she sang the national anthem.
And she was what?
Yeah.
She's 7, 8?
I don't know, but she can sing.
She got some vocal cords on her
Yes,
for as little as
yes,
she is.
does. And then Colton Klaus?
Carson.
Carson Klaus.
Mhm.
Yes. Because TJ Davis caught COVID, wasn't able to come. He gave Carson a chance to get up there and sing too, and crushed it. Again, another local talent, great singer. Caleb did some stuff with him in his studio too. So to me, that's what it's about. Yeah. I no matter what, no matter how many big acts we bring to this festival, even from out of state, I want to keep local roots. So that means bringing an acoustic stage and doing a separate stage too, giving kids in the area, younger people, people chasing this, a chance to perform at something like that.
So now that you've got the first one out of the way, it is planned to become an annual event then.
Yes, no matter what, for sure. Yeah, we're already starting to plan the music camp. We're going to do a kids music camp probably next June, and bring writers from Nashville, get sponsors to put everyone up, take care of it. It'll be free for the kids. We'll have to set a cap on how many kids, but it'll be free for them. And then, yeah, just talk music, maybe some guitar lessons, stuff like that. And at the end of it, maybe write some songs with the kids and have the artists that they break up into groups. So I'll be with like 3 or 4 kids. Another writer will be with 3 or 4 kids. Take their input, use it, write a song, record it acoustic even, make CDs, sell it at the festival next year, and then split that money up for the kids. Yeah. Put it into college fund or whatever their parents want to do.
So this is giving much younger kids an opportunity to start earlier and showcase what they have.
And get excited about something. Yeah. Just really, to me, that's the biggest thing. Is so often in the music industry we hear that's a tough industry. That's tough. You know, and everyone forces you to kind of go down the college route and do that, which there's nothing wrong with, but also there's nothing wrong with what we do. And if kids are passionate enough about that, they should be able to explore that. And yeah, like I know as a kid, I would be extremely excited to be able to be a part of something like that.
Now, obviously, I'm a very strong supporter of the arts and music. We've discussed
Yes,
this
you
multiple
are.
times.
Thank you, brother.
Because we know that music touches lives, and it also helps children go further educational wise as well.
It's good therapy. Yeah.
I've seen the impact that it has. How does it make you feel when someone, I know I've done it to you myself, told you that a song has had a significant impact on them? How does it feel when somebody tells you that?
Man, it's almost inexplicable. Yeah. Also, I mean, that's part of me that's still a kid. Like, sometimes it's hard to believe that people care that much about the art that I create and connect with it the way they do. And that always is just so special. And I always tell people I appreciate them, but like a word can't explain like how good it actually feels and how much it means to have people care about what I do. Because it's endless hours. There's no clocking in. There's no clocking out. Like it's just nonstop, and that's the payoff. Not money or anything else. Hearing the stories like that. You texting me
Halfway
saying
hole.
exit 37, like stuff like that. Like that to me is the biggest payoff. Like there's no amount of money that could replicate how that makes me feel.
I did more than text you. I believe I sent you a photo of the exit sign.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually. It very, very like weirdly, like people have even Snapchatted me on Instagram, people I don't even know. And with the exit sign, yeah. They just happen to be passing through from Cleveland or wherever. Yeah.
So obviously that song has impacted a great deal of many people, even if it's just to brighten their day while they're traveling miles on a highway.
Yeah, and also shout out to Caleb Graham for filming all that.
Hi, Caleb.
And Dive Bar, and yeah, he's been a big part of helping me grow my fan base in this area again, and like, yeah, kind of revive everything.
We've talked a little bit about your music. Let's find out about you. Who are some of your inspirations? What inspires you in your music?
Oh man, I always thought I actually watched all the other artists' interviews, and I was like, I don't even know what I would say. My dad, obviously.
Oh,
like,
because they all said you did?
Yeah. Like Grant, I saw Grant Twice as Nice, watching that one. And he was like, Ryan Robinette. And then he pulled it back though, and went with family. And I was like, texted him, I was like, you put it out there, then you feel good for a second, and then pulled it back. My dad, obviously, is the biggest factor. Like, I don't think I would have fell in love with music and learned to dissect songs and like find all the metaphors and everything in music that the casual listener misses if it wasn't for my dad. And he made me, like, not made me listen to, but introduced me to, you know, Motown, Sinatra, like big band stuff, anything and everything. And when he ignited that fire in me, I took upon myself to just learn every genre of music I could and figure out what I loved about it, what I didn't, and keep growing. I can appreciate it all, but I don't think you can really find out who you are as an artist until you hear it all.
And it seems you found a way to maybe this genre and this song or this one and this one, but import all those different genres that you've listened to into your music.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the hip hop era too, the MTV era, when they actually played music in music videos. And
When the M stood for music.
yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, Nelly was a huge influence on me growing up, and I actually got to open up for him in Boise. I said it right, Boise. Yeah. That was a big moment for me, really cool. And, I mean, Rob Thomas, Matchbox 20, I was an all-rock kid too, like 90s rock. Matchbox 20 was one of my biggest influences. I remember learning every song on guitar to Yourself or Someone Like You, their first album. Andy Grammer, like all that pop rock stuff too. Gavin DeGraw, and then of course the 90s country. Even late 80s country, Restless Heart, and technically now we call it the Eagles country. But yeah, my dad just exposed me so much, and I took everything I loved about all of them, and I tried to combine it into what I do now. And there's some stuff that's really country that I do, and I write a lot of really country stuff that I haven't put out because it just doesn't really fit my brand. But I write it for other people too, and yeah, I've kind of geared my stuff towards trying to do what is going to translate better on the stage lately. I always make sure that I write the real stuff, put it on the albums, but people can listen to that anywhere. When they come to a concert, they want to be entertained. And you find that out when you get out on stage and you're playing these shows, you're playing these festivals, you know what people love to hear live. And so lately it's just been kind of geared more towards that upbeat stuff that's real but fun.
No, I've seen enough of your shows to know that you are actually quite dedicated to your fans.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't do this. Everyone says that. It sounds cliche as crap, but I mean, really, social media is what broke me and what got me the streams I have and everything else. So I really couldn't. And Garth Brooks to me is like one of those people where it's like, if you really appreciate people, you need to take time out of your day to show them you appreciate them. And there was an era where it was the untouchable rock star stuff, and that was a thing. But with social media and how we're all connected and what's made me, I feel like if they're taking time out of their day to listen, comment, and stuff, then I need to do the same thing.
You've actually stood 3 or 4 hours after a show and waited to talk to each one of your fans, though.
I would do that forever. Yeah. And to me, again, that's the payoff. We talked about it earlier. I'm like, money isn't the payoff; it's a living. That is the payoff for me.
What would you say has been the greatest reward that music has brought into you?
Connecting with people, for sure. The friends I've made. You, yeah. Honestly, Caleb, yeah. Brad, like, and the friends I've made all across the country. Concert promoters, like, everyone that have become friends of mine, and being able to connect with them on real levels, like, that's what music has done for me.
What's next for you? Besides swatting that
Yeah,
away.
besides mosquitoes in there. Another single, so almost finished with the next single, You Got It. And then probably one more single, spring album, summer album. And then shows, working like crazy. Hopefully, as long as COVID still allows, getting back to touring full time.
So you're looking at releasing 2 singles, a spring album and a summer album.
Mhm.
All that leading up to next year's Music Fest.
Yes.
And a possible tour.
Yeah, I think this year was really, really cool. It's, again, something that's so foreign to this area, having a festival like that and all day of music. And I don't think people would, I mean, Brian Winters from the Guernsey County Fair was like, I don't know what I expected, but it was better for sure than what I thought it was going to be. And that's kind of, I think everyone's outlook on it was, they've never seen anything like this, so they don't know. And I've played so many festivals, Mexico, Canada, United States, everywhere, and I've just got a really good feel for what makes a good festival. And I worked really hard to try to make the first year as replicating all those as well as I could. And I can't wait to keep growing it. I think all this content is going to help keep growing the awareness of it. And, we'll have to get a lot more help next year, I think.
A little bit more help. You about drove yourself crazy doing it by yourself this year.
About? I drove myself crazy.
The payoff was there, though. It really
Yes, it
was. It was
was.
a great festival.
You know, watching everyone else have a great time, no matter how much I stressed about it, was worth it. Like, that, again, the payoff was there. It's like I wanted everyone to enjoy the experience. It wasn't about me, it was about everyone else.
I had a good time.
There you go. Gabe had a good time. He had some blurry photos in the crowd there.
Yeah, let him over here and say hi.
He was dancing.
I had some blurry photos.
We've been sitting there talking about you.
Hello.
Caleb's a little out of it.
I've been drinking melatonin all day. So,
And by melatonin means alcohol.
yeah, but how's it going, camera?
Yeah, this dude has been so instrumental in everything that I've done in the past 2 years. Appreciate it, really.
Yeah, thank you.
So you filmed Tailgate Downtown. You
Dive bar.
Dive bar.
Mm,
You've helped with the Music Fest.
yeah, lots of little stuff here and there since the.
Photos, advertising.
Video recaps for random shows, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just what I can, when I can.
Along for the ride from now on out, huh?
That's the goal. Yeah.
But also, amazing wedding videographer,
Yeah.
photographer, does all that stuff. Films high schools, takes senior photos, takes sports photos for all the high schools, live streams. Like, this kid does it all.
Anything with a camera.
This is the photographer that is doing this photographer's photos.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And still makes time to help me whenever he
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for pulling me over.
can.
Anytime. What are friends for? Right?
Yeah. Always.
All right. I think there's a tailgate party waiting for us over there.
I think so.
We'll take a look at that too.
Kristi Garabrandt.
Ryan Robinette
See
and
you soon.
Caleb Grant.
We were the way out boys, always the talk of this town. Red letter believers, mapped out dreamers.